Hi, everybody. So this is the reading of the Empire Ruler. You can follow along. Hammurabi ruled Babylon for 42 years until 1750 BC. During the first part of his reign, he made war. He conquered other Mesopotamian city-states and added them to his empire. Although he could build his empire with armies, he quickly realized the armies alone could not run his empire. The Mesopotamian city-states shared basic beliefs, but each practiced those beliefs in a different way. Each worshipped its own god. Each carried out lex talionis in its own way. Each followed its own rules about bartering. Hammurabi wanted the city-states to trade with each other. The differences between each city-state's practices made this difficult. A grain grower in far-off Assur couldn't be certain of fair treatment from merchants in the empire's capital. Questions about trade were always cropping up. What was a fair price for 4 baskets of barley, 1 or 2 sheepskins? If a barge filled with a merchant's clay pots sank in midstream, who suffered the loss? The merchant who owned the pots or the man who owned the barge? Questions about justice also had to be settled. If a farmer's oxen strayed into a neighbor's field, how should the damage be repaired? If a man from one city-state struck a man in another, which city-state's rules should settle the fight? Before Hammurabi conquered them, most of the city-states had been deadly enemies. They didn't trust each other. They looked for excuses to fight. The tiniest disagreement could turn into another full-scale war. To hold this empire together, Hammurabi had to find some way of ironing out these differences. From his letters, we know he attacked this job with enthusiasm and energy. He settled arguments between city-states. He built temples and monuments throughout his realm. He even rearranged the calendar so all Mesopotamia could agree on what day it was. Hammurabi took another important step to unite his empire. He made all the city-states obey the same set of laws. Because he took this step, he has been remembered for the past 3,800 years.